I get asked a lot, who is my favorite artist to photograph? That's a tough one. I photographed a lot of crazy, a lot of interesting, a lot of awesome people. Um, I'd have to say one of the craziest stories I ever had as far as my photography career would be the first time I ever had to shoot Kiss. And I talk a lot about Kiss because over the years I've toured with them, photographed them, hung out with them, went to dinner with them. But the coolest part was in 2001 on the reunion tour, I was able to photograph Kiss in Richmond Coliseum for the first time. And I wasn't a huge fan. Kiss wasn't my time. But I ended up showing up, shooting them, and it changed my life forever. Let me explain why. First, when I got in there, they put you in front of the stage, and of course there's this huge, long, tall curtain that says Kiss, and it's very overwhelming. And of course you don't get to see the stage. So you go in there, and they go through this whole rundown. If you wanted the best, you got the best, hottest band in the world, Kiss. Well, of course, when you're in front of this curtain comes down over top of you. So you're basically trying to get the shot. And as you're trying to get this shot, Kiss is coming out of the ceiling with pyro, fireworks, smoke, sparks. It is the craziest entrance to any show you've ever seen in your life. The real fun part about it is that I was sitting there. Now, this was the days of films, 2001. And Paul Stanley, dead center, was coming off this thing. And he is coming right down stage center, right where I'm at, and starts jumping right in the camera. I have never had a band, artist, anyone, not even a model, come into a shoot, come right into your camera without cue. And it was overwhelming. I literally sat during the first song, which was Detroit Rock City, for 4 minutes before I ever thought about, oh shit, I need to take a picture. I need to do my job. So I literally, real quickly, started photographing. And of course, there's so much going on, and I was stuck on Paul like the whole time. So I finished shooting Paul, ran over to Ace, which is really cool because Ace was there at the time. And then, of course, got stuck. He comes back to center stage. All three guys, they start doing their thing. And again, mesmerized, totally thrown off by all the bling and the stars and the smoke and the pyro. So I got stuck. At the end of the night, we're done because you get the first three songs. I literally was going through my pictures the next day, and I realized that I had nothing. I literally had been a fan, watched the whole thing on camera or in front of the camera, and didn't take any pictures. So I had to call the actual publicist and say, hey, I need to come back and shoot the show again. And I made up this whole damn excuse about I took my negatives in, they got destroyed at the printer, and I need to go back, and I have to do it for an article just because I really didn't do that. I watched the show. So I got passes to shoot the show. And of course they turned out great. And again, it was an amazing show. And, it's funny, fast forward years later, I guess about 3 years ago, I went to New York to the Pierre Hotel and met with Paul. And we chatted about this exact story. And I explained to him, look, man, number one, you're the best and greatest frontman of all time. Second to that, I remember sitting there watching you with your cracked mirror guitar and thinking to myself, how amazing this guitar was, because first he had one that was rhinestones, the second one was cracked mirror, and I've never seen that, and no artist does that. And I explained to him that it was one of the greatest things I'd ever photographed in my life, and that turned me on to Kiss as a fan. And of course Paul uttered and in his charming way, he was just like, well, I knew you had talent, kid, and I knew you had taste. So it was kind of funny. We sat in the hotel, we chatted for a little bit. He picks up an acoustic guitar and starts playing Detroit Rock City on an acoustic guitar of his. And here I am in his hotel room. We're in Central Park at the Pierre in his hotel suite. He's playing Detroit Rock City and going through all of his, acoustic songs and his melodies. And I'm mesmerized again, falling in love with the band again. And we chatted. And then from there, we ended our day. I ended up walking away with one of his acoustic guitars and actually a cracked mirror guitar signed. So those are up on my walls, and of course you'll see them in some of my videos. And more importantly, hopefully we get back on the road and we get to see Paul one last time this year and go from there. So one of the greatest bands that I've ever photographed, but it's meant more to me just because I became a true fan.